Welcome back to the Go to Go podcast, man. Episode 95. NBA Finals, man. Currently sitting at Game 3, 2-0. Boston leads so far. Your prediction, Boston in 7. I had Mavs in 6. So, I guess neither looking, too good right now. Yours obviously looking better Celtics-wise, but 7 games. We'll see if it gets to that. We're going to chop up the first 2 games of the series, talk about the future of this series as well, especially with that Porzingis injury. We talked heavily before the NBA Finals and even the entire playoffs on Porzingis' health. Turns out to be more of a serious issue than, some people perceived yesterday. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. Game 3 tomorrow night, 8:30, back in Dallas. On their home court. So what are your thoughts so far, games 1 and 2 of this series?
The biggest takeaway for me so far has just been Boston's defense. We all know Kyrie, we came in and talked about best backcourt. Well, the Boston's defense is making that look, like a very questionable take. Luka, he's still going to get his. In the first game, it was more of Luka just scoring. He only had 1 assist, and I think they only had 9 assists as a team in the first game, which was kind of a blowout. But the second game was a little better, but the Celtics just hung around. They shot horrible from the 3 ball and were still able to hang around in the game. And then defensively, causing Luka to have some fits. Kyrie just not showing up at all in the first 2 games. Those guys, we talked about the role players hitting those big threes and the lob threats. None of that has been there for the Dallas Mavericks whatsoever. So it's going to be interesting to see kind of what they do to get some more offense going, because I feel like in games 1 and 2, like the Celtics have played okay offense, but this isn't the Boston Celtics team we see, just catch fire from 3, pretty much have their way on offense, have a bunch of guys go off for 20-plus points. It's mainly just been their defense, making it super hard for the Mavericks and then getting out in transition and, leading to easy buckets on the break. So if I'm a Mavericks fan, I'm worried. We haven't seen the best of Boston's offense yet, and we're still down 0-2. And if I'm a Celtics fan, I'm like, if this defense can stay up and we can just hit some shots, it's going to be smooth sailing, because Jason Tatum hasn't played good yet at all offensively. But on the defensive side of the ball, he stepped up. He's grabbed some boards as well. Drew Holiday and Derek White, those guys have Kyrie in a box, man. He hasn't been able to get any shot off. Jaylen Brown as well on Luka, he's been helping out. And then Porzingis and rim protection, especially in game 1, he had a bunch of blocks. Your guy Derek White, the best shot blocking guard in the league.
Don't say my guy, bro. He is the best shot blocking guard in the league. Don't like him, but
came up with the basically game winning, game sealing block in game 2.
It was a foul.
Is it a foul?
Okay.
Ticky tacky. It's the finals. They're gonna let him play. But yeah, I just think the big takeaway was the Celtics defense game 1 and 2. They were locked in, and the Mavs, who kind of had their way throughout the playoffs, kind of ran into a wall, because this Boston's defense is nothing like they've seen.
Yeah, for going back to the Luka 1 assist in game 1, first time all year held to 1 assist. You mentioned that before I even get into the Kyrie aspect, keeping it on the Mavs. Role players, PJ Washington, 1 for 8 from 3 in the first 2 games. He's kind of been their number 2 guy at this point in the series. He's not hitting any threes. Derek Jones, he's bricking from 3. He had a decent game 2, attacking the rim, getting points in the paint, but not able to hit up those spot-up shots you saw in the Western Conference Finals, where he's shooting, 40% from 3. So those 2 guys, they got to get up the spot-up shooting, hit those 3 balls, big shots. You look at it, Celtics scored 107, 105 in those 2 games. You mentioned, Gafford, the lob threat, Lively. It's kind of, they're getting some points, but they're not really a true offensive threat, kind of how we thought maybe in the Western Conference Finals they would be against that Gobert and Cat big man duo. Celtics locking it up. I think Porzingis had more blocks in game 1, maybe game 1 and 2, than the Dallas Mavericks' entire roster. So for Porzingis, that injury, I'll touch on it a little bit, but, Mazzulla came out and said that it's not his decision. It's going to be the team's decision. Bigger injury I forget what they said, but it was like never before, like they haven't seen an injury like this.
I just saw. I think he tore like some ligament in his leg or whatever, and apparently he's like day to day, and it's just one of those things like how much pain can he tolerate?
Yeah, probably future repercussions, but
Well, yeah, probably.
NBA Finals.
As gonna be.
Yeah, so I mean, in terms of that for KP, huge loss if the Celtics lose him. He's kind of been the guy. Game 1, he just got off to the hottest start on the planet. Really,
Out the gate, yeah.
Momentum swung in Boston's way, gave him commanding lead, kept him in control, and even when the Mavericks started to chip back, that's when the Celtics hit a couple threes and you saw that offense explode. Kyrie, on the other hand, he's in lockdown, 24-hour surveillance right now between that backcourt in Boston. It's ridiculous. Derek White and Drew Holiday, they have him kind of looking lost. I think he only attempted 1 3-pointer in the first half of game 2. He didn't hit a 3 all in game 2. I think he did hit one in game 1, but Kyrie looks lost. First half of game 2, he did decent. I think he was 5 for 11 from the field, but then he finished, I think, 7 for 18 to finish the game off. So second half, nothing was going for him. Luka, he's sitting there bandaged up every part of his body pregame. He's out there fighting for his life, giving it his all. And right now, no one on the Mavericks is stepping up, especially Kyrie, who you expect, who's been in these big moments, who hit that big shot against Golden State. He wanted to get back against his old former team in the Boston Celtics during his time that was probably a part of his career he wants to forget. So you're going to need him to stay up. He told Celtics fans, see you in Game 5. Obviously, you got to go back for Game 5, but he's going to have to play a little bit better if he wants to keep talking like that. You got to see more from your spot-up shooters, at least in P.J. Washington. It's asking a lot for Derek Jones, who doesn't do that all that often, but P.J. Washington, he's got to step up. He was the unsung role player of these NBA playoffs. Switching to the Celtics, mention their defense. Jaylen Brown right now, kid called him the best player on their team, and he's playing like it. I mean,
yeah, everyone thought like that was a tactic, like get inside of their heads. Like at this point, it's not, bro. He's just being honest.
Yeah.
Like right now, Jaylen Brown is their best player.
I'm right there with you. I mean, Eastern Conference Finals, I said it too. There's a reason he won the Larry Bird, not Larry O'Brien. Larry Bird, Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Tatum playing horrible, and they say Tatum's over here trying to make it about facilitating. He's taking more shots than anyone on the team. I think he has 16 points a game right now he's averaging. He could go on to average 30, and Luka would still be outscoring him in these NBA Finals. So fraudulent Tatum right now getting carried by the team. And the depth of the Celtics, 1 through 10, you just got depth everywhere you go. And Porzingis now with that injury might be, kind of a momentum swing. If he can't go tomorrow, momentum swing that Mavericks need, and they need to claim, Game 3, get a bounce back win in front of the fans, get a little momentum, get that crowd swinging your way. If you could take 2 here, it's a brand new series. But obviously, you just got to start with 1 in Game 3. Luka, just keep doing Luka things. He triple-double Game 2, 11 assists, played much better facilitating the rock, but it's going to be tough with that. Jaylen Brown, the way he's been able to defend as well. You mentioned Jason Tatum. He has played some great defense so far this series as well, but you're slowing the threes down. You keep it that way. Just Jaylen Brown, I mean, fourth quarter, that's who they gave the rock to. Jaylen Brown attacked the rim with ease, got to the basket a few times, easy layups, no left hand Jaylen. He went to the left, finished with the left. So he's kind of, silencing a little bit of the talks. But I agree with Jason Kidd. I don't think it was a tactic at all either. So
yeah, and then I think Drew Holiday has kind of been a very important piece as well. He's just like an upgrade Marcus Smart. They kind of bring, the same thing to the table, but Drew Holiday with the experience and, the ability to just hit big shots. We all know Marcus Smart. He would take the big shots in the wrong moments and miss, but it feels like Drew Holiday, takes the big shots when the moment counts the most, and he's been hitting them. I think he was the leading scorer for Boston in Game 2, had 26. if you just watch the game, like he plays the game the right way. You know,
he doesn't force anything
exactly
either.
Cutting back door, moving off the ball, getting to the open sides, and then on defense, he's just relentless, man. Picking up Luka and Kyrie, you know, the entire court, getting those steals. Him and Derek White just all over the ball. So I think the addition of Drew Holiday, and then I mean we can talk about Porzingis, you know, all episode, like it, just what he brings, that dynamic, just being able to score from all three levels, like just shooting over smaller defenders and, you know, blowing by quicker defenders. So it's going to be real interesting what they do game 3 here in Dallas. Maybe they try to, you know, preserve Porzingis, which is kind of funny. It's like we're in the finals and you're talking about resting somebody. But, I mean, with a 2-0 lead, home court advantage, like maybe you can afford to give him one game rest, maybe 2, depending on what happens. So, I mean, it's interesting. I think the Celtics do have some choices to make, but if Porzingis doesn't play, I think Tatum definitely has to step up offensively because that's going to be a lot of their offense that's missing. And Tatum just hasn't looked right, man, with the ball in his hands. You mentioned he is facilitating more. He's moving the ball around because he has players around him, but he just kind of looks lost. Like he does the pump fake when he gets the ball on the perimeter, and he drives into the paint and just kind of doesn't know what he wants to do with it, and goes up with like a random scoop layup and just looks for a foul. He misses a bunch of layups. So I like to see Tatum be more decisive with the ball, kind of have a plan when he's driving. But I mean, when you got Jaylen Brown, Derek White, all these guys that are playing at this level, Tatum can kind of afford to play like this because, like you mentioned, he is just getting carried at this point. So, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what happens game 3. You said Luka's going to have to keep doing Luka things. I think Luka's going to have to go up a level just the way this team is playing.
If Kyrie or one of those role players play better at home too.
They do, but you got to think Boston is also going to hit shots too. So 100%. If Luka's playing like this and Kyrie steps up, but now Boston is hitting their shots, I think Luka's going to have to go up another level. And we've seen him like in game 2, he was making some tough shots, especially in that first half, you know. Those threes, like handling the little one-legged shots, you know, the little runners and stuff. He's super creative, getting to the paint, and his passing's been really good as well too. You know, guys just not hitting shots. So if we see like something crazy from Luka and then Kyrie gets the ball going, then maybe. But I mean, it's right now. It's
without Porzingis on the court, I think they would stand a chance if Luka stayed the same, in a sense. But I get what you're saying. The Celtics really haven't. You know,
offensively they haven't.
They put up spurts. I mean, game 1 they kind of lit it up to start, slowed it down.
In game 2, it felt like, you know, there were moments in the third quarter, fourth quarter, where it felt like they were gonna run away, but Dallas just hung around.
Yeah,
especially at the end, Dallas goes on that 9-0 run, and then you know you get the block by Derek White to kind of seal the game, but that was after Porzingis got injured, right? When he got injured, they took him out. Dallas goes on that run. So, I mean, it just shows how important KP is for that Boston team and that rim protection and stuff like that. And scoring, too. So
yeah, all 3 levels. And, I mean, his presence definitely fell in the paint. He's not a strong body, but even if he doesn't get the block, he affects shots in crazy ways.
7'3", insane wingspan. Like, game 1 was crazy. He was just blocking everything,
yeah,
bro. Like, it didn't matter who it was. Like, Derek Jones, even Gafford was getting like everyone. He was blocking everybody.
Kyrie driving to the rim. I mean, he's missed some, you know, tough layups that he normally could hit. Like it's in his bag, and Porzingis just affecting the shot, making him miss, go a different trajectory when you got a big man like KP in the paint. So, I think that's gonna be a swing. You know, the Mavericks, they need to take advantage if that's the case. But Holiday. You mentioned the Marcus Smart Drew Holiday comparison. I think it's Drew Holiday is obviously he picks his moments better than Marcus Smart. He also does the same exact things. Obviously, you know, he's not that vocal leader, as maybe not as assertive or outgoing as Marcus Smart, but still is a true leader on the court, a veteran presence in the NBA. And I think that's kind of what the Celtics needed, a calm, level-headed go-getter that could lead this team and be the point guard of this team. And I think it's worked out right now in Boston. I always say, you know, Marcus Smart had to go because there'd be so many big moments fourth quarter down the stretch. He ends up with the ball in his hands, shooting that 3 ball, and it's just off the mark. One of the not so great 3-point shooters in the league and Marcus Smart. But, I mean, you're seeing, what I've said all along, Tatum not a top 5 player in the league. Jaylen Brown, he got the bag, and everyone was clowning him last offseason. So I think he's got a little bit chip on his shoulder. I think, he has something to prove in his mind, but I think Tatum has something to prove. If the Celtics keep this series going the way it is and they end up winning and Tatum doesn't play well, I don't know. They've always said Tatum needs that ring, but the NBA, will they put a little asterisk on Tatum's ring if they go up, win this series, and he keeps playing the way he does? So
yeah, I think, bro, this series already has an asterisk no matter what happens for Boston. Like, everything throughout the playoffs, the Eastern Conference Finals, all the injuries, like, I think people are going to look back and definitely say, like, this has an asterisk, especially with Luka being injured. They didn't have to play the Nuggets. Jimmy Butler didn't play. No Giannis, no Embiid. Like, Halliburton gets injured. Mitchell gets injured. Like, so I definitely think people are going to look back and put an asterisk on this championship.
I see. They put Drew on Jimmy. I don't think the Celtics would like the Bucks did, but it'd be over again, man. That's his father, Jimmy Butler. So, and all the allegations, 22 looks good in gold and purple. It's just not happening, Lakers fans. Sorry. Jimmy's staying the Heat. Pat Riley's going to finally cook up something for this team. Heat will be back next year, and we won't be talking about the Celtics or a Celtics dynasty, quote unquote, next year. So, yeah, it's Jimmy Butler, man. I think he could have single-handedly knocked out the Celtics, but
yeah, if I'm the Lakers, I don't even think I want Jimmy at this point.
You
bro.
don't?
Nah.
I mean, they really don't. If LeBron was to stay, which big if right now, rumors around return to Cleveland. I don't know if that's going to happen. I think LeBron truly stays in LA, but
goes to the Clippers.
Oh, you think he goes to
new arena opening up? He wants to play with Kawhi and Harden. Paul George is a free agent, gone. So PG leaves. Yeah.
I mean, talk about the father time. Like, you got 3 guys
never
like,
happened, bro.
outside their prime. I wouldn't even say outside for LeBron. He's still in his bag, but obviously not his MVP prime. Regardless, there's going to be some interesting offseason NBA moves that need to be made in every conference. And, I mean, superstar-led way, LeBron, Jimmy, you got, D-Mitch swirling around, a ton of names.
Yeah, Mikal Bridges, PG.
Mikal. I mean,
Garland, depending on what
DG,
the Cavs do.
with Mitchell. They obviously want to extend Mitchell. Then they're going to have to get rid of the Garland, the DG Garland.
Is Giannis happy? Like,
that's a big if. I mean, new head coach in Milwaukee, like.
Yeah. Saw Darvin Ham's on the he's like the lead assistant now.
Back to the Bucks.
The Bucks, yeah.
Yeah, they said Giannis was not messing with that. I saw something that was like Jason Tatum's played like the Thanasis this series.
He has.
I'd take Thanasis. You get a little more strength in the paint. No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to go that low. But I saw a little swap, and they were like, what if Tatum and Luka swap teams? And someone said, yeah, the Mavs wouldn't even be in the playoffs. So
no, there's no way. With Luka's playmaking, he'd have so many assists. I don't even think he would score like that with that cast around him.
Yeah, he wouldn't need.
Well,
to.
he would get his points, but he'd have like 15
20
assists,
yeah.
bro.
He'd probably be healthy because you wouldn't be exerting his energy every minute of every.
And you wouldn't be able to hunt him on defense because you have so many guys that can switch. He'd basically just like hide on defense and then just be completely fresh defense, for offense.
I mean, he's just guarding whoever's corner sin at that point.
Yeah. And
then you get other options on offense. Obviously, open up the game a little bit more. But you mentioned Tatum just kind of looking for fouls. I mean, no bag Tatum in my opinion. Sidestep. Surprised we haven't seen more sidestep brick threes from him, but we'll see, man. Interesting series. The Mavs got a chance to swing things around. If not 3-0, no teams ever come back. So, You got to start with one if you're Dallas, and kids got to cook something up. That's pretty much it from my end.
I think they sit Luka game 3 as like a mind game against the Celtics.
What?
Because he's so injured.
So they're just gonna. He needs some rest now. Like,
yeah. So then the Celtics, they win. It's like, but did they really win? Kind of like
when the first 3-0 comeback ever happens, or like the Celtics come back,
or maybe you just shut Luka down to make the Celtics championship look even more worse. It's like you played the Mavs with no Luka.
To be like, he played game 1 and 2 though.
Yeah, kind of just accepting defeat at this moment and just like
look forward to the next. I mean, there's not many times
just making the Celtics win look worse.
That might be one of the worst. I mean, I'm down with making the Celtics look worse. I'm always down for that.
If you're the Mavs and you're Jason Kidd and you feel like there's no chance of you winning,
I mean,
just shut Luka down.
No chance of winning. Come on.
I'm just saying if that's how you feel, you know.
The Celtics almost came back against the Heat last year in the Eastern Conference Finals. Don't let us get one. Pretty sure that's what Luka's saying right now, but the famous Jaylen Brown quote from last year.
That's different though. I mean, Celtics have players. The way the Mavs playing right now, they just got Luka and no one else.
Listen, Kyrie's got to step it up. Right? It just has to be done.
See how game 3 goes, then you shut Luka down game 4.
Oh, yeah. If it's 3-0, just shut him down. Yeah. I mean, you're pretty much going to do what the Timberwolves did to the Mavs in the Western, where they might steal game 4, swing it back, and the Celtics close it out at home game 5. So.
Or who knows? Maybe the Mavs have
your
like
boy Kleber sucks too.
My boy who?
Max Kleber.
Oh, his shoulder don't even work, bro.
Bro, yeah, I could tell.
Fam.
It looked like
injured,
he was.
Bro. He can't even shoot.
He was a cone on defense too.
But maybe the Mavs can figure something out. Kind of do something like the Timberwolves did versus the Nuggets, where one of your best players sit out and you actually have some success and you win games.
Yeah, that's assuming like you got like a 6-man that steps up.
Rudy Gobert was out. Luke and have Kyrie just go off.
I don't think they want to sit. I don't think Luka and Rudy Gobert should be paired in the same sentence in terms of
rest Luka for the Olympics, bro. That's final thing.
Is he even on the Olympics? Like, is he playing for? What is he? I don't even know what he's Slovenian. No, is he Slovenian?
I think so. Yeah, he's gonna be his team unless they have to qualify. He was in the FIBA tournament last year.
What is it? The Olympics, man.
I saw Jokic. Right? Jokic is no, it's in Paris. I saw Jokic is on the team for Serbia or whatever.
Oh man! Shout out Giannis about to carry Team Greece.
Giannis and all of his brothers.
Hey, come on, man! You know the best brother not even in the league, so. I guess, but it is an Olympic summer, man. Caitlin Clark didn't make the Olympics.
Yeah, that's insane.
It's insane. And I think that was.
Fam, she got to be on the team, bro. Like, that's the only reason people watching now is because of Caitlin Clark. Like, just being honest. For me, bro, from my perspective, everyone that I know that is somewhat tuning into the WNBA now or knows what's going on now is because of Caitlin Clark. So, like,
I'm right
and
there. And
she's snapping, too. Like, she had a 30 ball the other day. Like, come on, man. Ultimate floor spacing. Like, she can create, too.
I don't think that the European or world mind, not just European, South America, all other countries and continents, I don't think they understand that range that I don't think they're shooting like that, overseas. And
there's people in the NBA not even shooting like that. Like, only a handful of people shooting like that in the NBA, bro.
Exactly. But I'm right there with you. You got Diana Taurasi. She's 41 apparently.
Come on, bro.
41 in the Olympics.
She is not Braun,
That's Tom Brady.
Slow down, bro. She's not Braun. Let's slow down, bro. No disrespect, but come on, bro. The old heads just hanging, bro. Fam, it's time. Give Caitlin Clark her shine. I saw
they big hating.
Cameron Brink and then what's the other girl?
Van Lith.
Yeah, they made the 3-on-3 team.
Yeah.
But come on, bro. They should be on a real team.
You catch me tuning in on that one, but
Nah, but no, Caitlin Clark is crazy, bro. She's literally a pioneer for women's basketball.
Yeah, and I don't get it. They got more eyes now than ever, and they hate it. I guess they always hate something that's good at first, man. Until they.
Who is they?
The rest of the WNBA. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Whoever made the team, them two, they were like, oh, Christian Laettner shouldn't have been on Team USA, but why was he? It's because Michael Jordan wanted him on the team. Like, I mean, it's a good point. You had Isaiah Thomas. You think they were the bad boys?
Back then, they always, I forgot, but they always had like one like college player getting ready to go to the league. Back then, when they had like the dream team and stuff.
I even think they had college players back then too. Like,
well, Laettner, I don't think Laettner was in the league yet.
I think he was. But
I just know they had back then, like when Jordan and them was playing like the OG Dream Team, like they had college players.
I even think like the Redeem team had someone from college. It was like maybe Kyrie and Ant.
No. They
were in the league.
They used to have players from college back then, like with Jordan and Magic. They have like one or two college players. Then when the USA lost, when they got like, what was that? When they lost to Argentina that 1 year or whatever, and like 2004
it was
or whatever.
Like what, Pau Gasol or something.
Yeah. They lost to Spain. Somebody, one of those teams.
I think.
Then after that, everyone started taking like basketball like seriously, and then that's when like
the Redeem team.
That's when like you had Kobe, Bron, D Wade, all them guys, and then after that, that's like then the year after that, that's when like KD, Harden, and Kyrie, all those guys. That's when they started taking it more serious. Yeah,
Blake Griffin.
Yeah.
He wasn't in college.
But it was like that's not a good look for like American basketball. Like everyone thought like it was going downhill.
Dominant, yeah.
And that's when Kobe
everyone's
and
like,
everyone
the world's getting better than USA.
Yeah. That's when, and that was on the documentary, the one they just dropped, the Olympic doc.
I didn't tap in.
The Redeem Team one, like 2 years ago. That was on Netflix.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was like the year after they lost. So that was like when they made that transition and kind of got like all the real guys to buy in. Well, not real guys, but all the elite
superstars,
players, to buy in for Team USA. It was like led by Kobe or whatever. It's like, if they got Kobe to join, like everyone else will follow.
Yeah,
so that's when Kobe
they had like
came
D Wade coming off the bench. Like,
yeah, that's
bro.
like D Wade. They had Bron, Mellon, and all them guys.
Yeah, just CP.
Yeah, Chris Paul was on that team too.
Yeah, it had some. I think they ran away with it too. I think there was like one close game where everyone was like shaking, like, oh, it's gonna happen again.
Yeah, and that's when they was like, Kobe was talking shit to Pau Gasol in Spanish. Yeah.
He's like, I got you, Kobe.
Yeah.
From that clip, yeah. Nah, I think, bad hoops, man. No one's going to be watching. I mean, shout out, obviously. I did see Asia Wilson went off the other day, like 30-point triple-double, but.
I mean, people are going to be watching, but it's just not going to be as hype.
You're not turning your TV on the second that game starts.
Nah.
I saw something like, they did it because Caitlin Clark would have got no minutes and people would have been like complaining about it.
Why would she get no minutes, bro? They would play her. You know how much that would grow basketball?
But they're saying like in order to win, like they wouldn't play her, so they didn't want her on the bench.
Damn.
But I'm like, you still have more eyes watching her on the bench. People complaining like
she will play, bro.
Good publicity, publicity is good publicity no matter what, especially when it comes to something that's trying to grow. So if they're talking about it, at least they're talking now.
Well, I don't know. I'm not, I don't claim to be a diehard WNBA person or know all about it, but fam, I feel like she will play regardless, bro. Like I don't understand why you want to play her. Like even like you said, have her come off the bench or like the D Wade, like just come in like heat check. Just have her come in like just chuck up like 4 threes, bro. Like if a couple of them go in, just ride it out. If not, just pull her. Like it's simple, bro. Like instant offense. Like I don't know.
Even garbage time in some games, bro. Let her get in. Let her start cooking.
Bro, that's fam. From what I've seen her do, bro, I feel like shit, might as well start her, bro. Like
I did see a clip.
Especially like around all these other women that are good and that can play. Like fam, you see her on the team now, Fever. She got no one else around her, bro. Like
there's no one
doing
on that
bad.
roster.
So you put some other skill players around her, some other people that can kind of create as well. Like she gonna only be better and have more space to create and get off more shots. So. I don't know, bro. I feel like
I'm in the same seat as you, bro. I think they should at least put her on the roster.
Bro.
Like, it's bad. It's bad.
You need to put her on the roster and give her PT, bro. That was like, Cause fam, on the world level, bro, you know how much more people will like want to tune in and see her. Cause like it's people all over the world that don't even know who Caitlin Clark is on what level like, she plays, and so they gonna see her and be like, whoa, like this is Curry, crazy. Like
come on,
exactly. Like everyone knows how Curry plays, or on the men's side, LeBron, KD, all those guys, how they play.
Internet, so like Kobe was big.
Now is like the perfect time to introduce them to Caitlin Clark, like in her game, and it'll change women's basketball around the world. You feel me? And get eyes from around the world. People watch from the Olympics, like, oh, I like how she play, and now they tune into the WNBA. Now they buying jerseys. Now they got real fans. Now the sport is growing. So
now they don't have PJs just because of Caitlin Clark, like. She literally put them on private jets, and they can't even get her on the Olympic. I mean,
once you realize college women's basketball was bigger in the WNBA when she was in it, and then she come over, and now WNBA is just as big, got just as much buzz. Like, fam, like what else do you need to know, bro? Like, she is literally driving women's basketball.
I
agree,
agree, man.
No disrespect. Like, shout out Angel Reese, all them, like, but they not on the same.
She was a little blasphemous in her statement.
But they not on the same level as Caitlin.
Not
Clark,
even
bro.
close.
Like, I'm sorry, bro. Like, she hooping, bro. Like, they hooping too, but let's be real.
They might be able to hoop, bro, but they don't got what she has in terms of pool. I mean,
her game's just more exciting, bro. It's like
no one wants to watch rebounds and putbacks. Like,
not even. It's just that. That's good basketball, not can win you games and stuff like that. But in terms of entertainment value and like watching and looking at how a game is played and stuff like that, like you rather see somebody do something more exciting and maybe not be as efficient or the best way to win. But we're talking about a league that's just trying to get people to watch. It's trying to grow, and it is exploding and it is growing. But I just think having someone like Caitlin Clark and the way she plays and the way her game is. Definitely should be, fam. I was a WNBA, bro. I'm putting her in everything, fam. She playing in the Olympics. She on the 3v3 team. She on a 3-point contest.
Yeah, how does she not make the 3v3?
Shit, I'm asking her if she fast. She running track. She doing everything, bro. Like, you could jump. She in the long jump. Tennis, golf. I'm putting her on everything, bro. Volleyball. Like, come on, bro. I'm just get Caitlin Clark out there, fam.
Oh my gosh, what was I about to say, man? Oh, the other Sabrina Ionescu, the one that did the 3-point contest against Curry last year.
Oh yeah, she's solid too.
Could have been a little splash sister backcourt.
Yeah.
Like Curry and Clay, like.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, bro, you imagine them just chucking up some threes, what that would do for the game, but
like she got her own shoe too, and they hard, but like, come on, Caitlin Clark.
No, yeah, I'm saying, bro, but like,
yeah,
you could. She's Curry and she's Clay, but Caitlin Clark's bigger. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. But that's enough. You got any NBA last things you want to say about that?
Nah, man. Hopefully it's just not a sweep.
I'm right there with you. But go Panthers, man. They up 2-0 on the Canadians, man, in hockey. South Florida lit right now, 2-0. I think they're going out to Canada now, yeah. But got some dogs out there. Shout out the Guardians, man. First place, AL Central. I had to shout that out, man. Got a better record than your Dodgers, so.
It don't matter, bro. Until October happens, bro, like, it don't matter.
I mean, when the Dodgers dwindle out of October, like always.
This year different, fam. Usually they got the best record during the regular season and then dwindle out. So now they don't got the best record. So hopefully,
fair point.
Their best baseball comes in October, but they just beat the Yankees this past weekend in the series, so
yeah, it's always
2 games to 1. So listen, Yankees
no
is like
one's
the best
rocking
team.
with but baseball fans know how I feel, man.
How do you feel, bro?
Fuck the Yankees, like I'm sorry, I don't know,
bro, but they got a good
They're
team,
good.
Bro. Like they got a stick.
Soto was out though, but they're still a good team, and
don't matter, bro. Come on, bro. We was killing him in San Diego. Now he can go see Yankees. He was still gonna get smashed.
All right. But yeah, that's gonna wrap up Go episode 95, man. NBA Finals 2-0 Celtics lead. Can the Mavs turn the series around? We'll find out, I guess, tomorrow night, 8:30 Eastern. hopefully next week we're talking, late in the series, game 6, coming up, whatever it is. But until then, man, appreciate everybody tuning in, man. Peace.